Hello, fourth grade. This is the first part of digestion. We're working on life science, week 8. So the first part of the digestive system, it starts with your mouth and your teeth and your tongue and your saliva. So when you eat something, your body releases saliva and that starts to break your food down. You chew your food with your teeth to make sure that you are breaking it up into small enough pieces to swallow. So you swallow it and it goes down through your esophagus and into your stomach. Your stomach is like a stretchy bag that holds your food after you eat. It also helps break down food into smaller pieces so that your body can use it. About 10 seconds after you swallow your food, it reaches your stomach through your esophagus. It's this little tube that connects your mouth to your stomach. Once my food enters my stomach, the muscle walls in the stomach begin to move, and they are starting to digest your food. Your food gets mashed up and stirred around with the special juices that a little gland in the stomach makes. Now, often we call this our stomach acid, but it is just juice that your stomach, little glands in your stomach make that starts to break it down. So this juice and this mashing helps to break the food into smaller pieces. My stomach keeps food inside to work on for a few hours, and your stomach can hold about 2 quarts of food. And once it starts to get full, it sends a message to your brain, hey, I'm starting to get full, you need to stop eating. My stomach has a door in it that closes to keep food inside. We mentioned that that was called a valve. Once my stomach has digested the food as much as it can, this door opens, this valve opens, and it travels down into the small intestine. So to add the stomach to your body, you're going to need this page that says My Stomach. You need scissors and glue or tape, either one will work, an orange crayon, marker, or colored pencil, or whatever you have to draw and color with. So you need to color the stomach orange, cut out the stomach, and you place the stomach under the heart, and it's just covering the left kidney. Now, we talked about today that it might be a good idea for you to hold on. Don't glue all this stuff on yet, because there may be pieces there that you need to move around to make sure that they fit. So don't glue everything down just yet. Wait until we get everything cut out and then you can move stuff around. Here's a picture of about where it will go on the body. Again, I put mine down with just a little piece of tape. Tape comes off of this pretty easy, so it's not going to be that big of a deal to take it off. I just wanted to give you the sample of how it might look. But again, don't glue this down because if you need to move things around, you don't want it stuck on there. Again, just to give you a little example of placement, if you want to, this is where it goes. Now you see where the liver is and where the intestines are and where the kidneys go. So there's a lot of stuff kind of smashed up in here. So again, if you don't want to glue it down just yet, just wait. We'll be working on this for a few days. So once food goes from the stomach, it moves into the small intestine. So your small intestine is about 20 feet long, and you can see in this picture how it's all kind of mashed up in there. And it is a big, kind of, it's almost like a maze. It's all over the place in this area, but it would be about 20 feet long if you pulled it all out. My food is pushed slowly through the twists and turns of my small intestine. Again, the muscle wall of the small intestine is what is doing the pushing. It's what's doing the moving to get this food going. My food is digested as it is pushed through the small intestine. The digestive enzymes break down the food into tiny, tiny parts, and my body keeps my food in the small intestines until it's digested well. So remember, the stomach holds on to food for a couple of hours. Then it goes to the small intestine. The small intestine will take 4 to 8 hours to get everything digested. In the small intestine, after my food is digested, it's ready to go into my blood and work for my body. Now, my food is stopped in the small intestine by these tiny, hairy, finger-like things called villi, and I gave you a picture of it here. Villus is the singular, so if you only had one, you'd have a villus. Villi is the plural. The villi absorb or suck up all the usable food and gives it to the blood. So the villi in the small intestine take all the nutrients that you can use, that your body needs, and then that passes it to the blood. The villi also pass anything that it can't use down the line into the large intestine. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So for the small intestine, you need this page, and you need a light orange crayon marker or colored pencil, and again, scissors and glue. So you color the small intestine a light orange color. And again, I didn't worry too much about leaving all those little spaces in there, but there are some spaces that you can leave if you want to. So you cut out the small intestine and you attach the top of the small intestine, and it says they're attached to stomach. You attach the top of the small intestine to the bottom of the stomach. Now, you will need the brad. You see that little dark dot in the center where it says brad. So the best way to do this is to attach the small intestine with a brad because it can move around a little bit. And then this will make it easier. Remember, I said with the stomach, don't necessarily glue everything down because you might have to do some moving to get everything in here. Here's the sample of the small intestine going under the stomach, and you can see how it's attached. You can attach it with a brad, so there's a spot on the stomach that a brad can go, and a spot in the small intestine that the brad can go. And this will help it move a little bit so you can see the kidneys behind it. Again, don't glue them down until we get all these pieces because you've got the liver and the kidneys and the large intestine still to go on, okay? Little thank yous for several of these pictures today. And have fun, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.